Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm the owner of Classic Shoe and Leather Service in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a third-generation cobbler with over 30 years experience. Our facility repairs all leather items. Come on in, let's see what we're repairing today. Okay, so today we have a cool video for you. We're going to do a gusset in a pair of ladies' boots. We do a lot of customization here, and most of the customization that we do here is alterations to items to make them fit our clients better, or fit them at all. It's the only way they can really get the use out of them, the value out of them, or anything like that. So we found these, and we found a decent leather. It's not going to be too bad. I think it's going to end up turning out good. It's a little bit dark, but for our purposes, I think it's going to do good. It's a nice little pebble, and we can find a decent piece in here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and split this from the zipper all the way up to the top, and we're going to take a little bit of the lining loose on each side, and then we're going to split the lining straight down the middle because we'll be extending the lining as well as the exterior of the upper. All right. Start at the top line here. It's the best place. Now you want to drag the knife across it. You want a sharp knife. You want to make sure that you're only cutting stitches, not cutting leather. A dull knife will make you end up pulling or pushing too hard, which will end up making you cut the leather or cut yourself. So either way, not good. You only want to cut the stitches. All right, so we have that apart. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Come over here. Take this. I'm going to take the lining right here and do the same thing. Now, once again, it is better to drag, and it's also better to do several passes on it so that you don't actually have to drag too hard, put too much pressure on it, and end up cutting it. So I have it right there. This is also glued on with a little bit of double-faced tape, so I need to pull that apart as we're cutting the stitches. Just get it apart a little bit, like that. And that's actually about all we really need. Okay. And then come in, flip this over. And pull that apart. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward there. Now, you use a nice little pencil. Make a mark on the line so it's nice and straight. So we actually want to go for the center here, but we're going to use that line as a guide. And pull this the rest of the way apart, where it's got a little bit of that double-faced glue on it, or double-faced tape to glue it together. We're also going to cut the little binding piece here because that's going to have to be cut and replaced anyway. Alright, I have that apart. And the rest is pretty simple and straightforward as well. Come through. That's your guideline, but once again we're aiming for the center of the zipper here. Right there. So we're only using that as a guide. We're actually cutting alongside of it. Okay, now to that part, we want to detach the lining from the zippered portion right here. Oh wait, that's the, yeah. Make sure we detach this piece right there. Now, let me see if I can fold that for the camera. So I want to take this little piece off right here so that we're not actually cutting something that we're not supposed to. Now this is a little piece of very, very thin vinyl material. It's basically paint. It's not even really got a great backing on it, so it's very delicate. It's mostly cosmetic, but I don't want to cut it because it has to go back. As you can see, if you're careful, you can take it apart. Just got to be careful. And once again, sharp tools. That's the key. Once that comes apart, we can go ahead and cut the rest of the lining. And we have our piece separated completely. No damage done. Nothing's taken apart that's not supposed to. We're going to take this little edge off right here to get this out of the way. And bam. There we go. So we have our panels taken apart. What we're going to do is the client's going to come in and we're going to do a measurement on her. We're going to show you how we do a fitting for this. It's pretty easy. And then we'll show you how to make the panels and how we're going to put those in and how we're going to fit the lining to it and put it all back together. It'll be really interesting. So hope you enjoy. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, so today we are going to set our patterns for our gussets. I have our client trying on our boots right now. And this is pretty simple and straightforward measurements. Let's go ahead and try both of them on. We're going to do them both at the same time.
I might need to lean a little.
No problem. Excellent. So all I'm going to do is slide this in here. Piece of paper there. Excellent. All right, so I just want to clip this right at the top here, like that, so it holds that paper in place. Actually, let me bring that down just a little bit more. Very nice. All right, so you can see that we have the boot shaped around the calf. We're going to pull up the zipper a little bit right here. That closes all that. And we're going to readjust this just a little bit. Readjust this one just a little bit. So we have everything curved the right way. Awesome. All right, and then from this point, we're just going to draw a little line. Get everything in place so there's not any wrinkles. Very good. Okay, and this is just going to be our pattern for our gusset. And that's it. So that's going to be the size of the gusset right in here. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Excellent. Scratch it. Excellent. Zip her up. Very good. Take out our wrinkles.
Entrance.
Like that. And like that. go ahead and draw our line. Once again.
Front. Entrance.
And we have our gusset again. Cool. That feels good.
That feels great.
Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'm going to take that one loose, knock down, that one loose, and this is the left. Good. Let's do this one. Just go down. And this is right. Very good. We're all set. We'll go through and put your patterns together. Put it all back. Come on in, try them on. Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
We hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and we should be giving you a call about a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so we've gone through. I've gone ahead and I cut down the patterns that you saw me make out there for her. We're going to actually cut them out of this piece of leather. It's not an exact match, but you know, we're doing what we can. Pretty simple and straightforward. I'm just going to flip this over. This is a nice piece. Matches pretty well. We'll make sure that the side that's facing out is supposed to be facing out. I'm going to give myself just a little bit of an edge here so that I can roll it over just like it has right there. A nice little rolled edge into the lining. So I want to make sure that I give myself a little bit of room to do that. All right. And all we're going to do is just trace this out. The actual size of the pattern is the interior diameter there. This is going to be the seam line for the interior. All right, so you'll see that we have one side that we need to pull this over, and we're going to actually need to invert the stitch so that we can have that nice edge, same as that. Then on this side, we're actually going to have just a solid edge, just so it lines up on the edge right here. Okay, so this one's going to be on the outside, that one's going to be on the inside, and that's where our measurements are going to match up. You can see right here the interior dimensions, and what I'm actually going to do now is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I'm going to cut the pattern again down the line, and then I'm going to remark for there, and that gives me my seam lines. Now the trick to this one is, remember where you had it up here, where that line is. That's why I actually stopped the line right there instead of continuing it up for my cut line. I wanted to make sure that I had exactly where this was going to line up. So we come back, mark the line right here. This is permanent marker, but it's on the back side of the leather. It's not going to bleed through, and it's not going to show because it's on the inside. We're going to put the lining in. That'll take care of everything. I'm going to come right back up to there, right up to the edge. And it gives us a seam line for the top, our seam lines for the side. So now, oops, we want to mark this. this is the edge that we're going to skiver over on there. So we're going to skiver this one, and we're going to skiver this one. And what that's going to do, that's going to give us the ability to roll in that stitch. Okay, so go ahead and run over here and skiver that. Come on, folks. Follow me over to the machine. All right, so it's going to get loud here for a second. Nice little quick trim to get the little edge off there. Not that it really matters because it's going to be on the inside, but I like it that way. Makes the glue work better. Alright, and then on this one we're just going to glue this top edge right here. Fold that over so that it has that edge. We'll be back to you in just a minute to go ahead and continue. Alright, so our glue is dry. Let's go ahead and we're going to roll over this edge. So we've got a nice little seam as I get stuff stuck to my finger. So we want a nice pretty little seam there. Like that, goes over really good. Looks good on the top. We're going to go ahead and hammer that in. Have a hammer somewhere around here. Oh, a tack hammer. That's fun. It's like a chef using a pear knife to do anything. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we are going to glue this edge right here for our seam line there, and we're going to glue this edge right here for our seam line there, and we're going to go ahead and put those two edges together. Get that out of the way. Do this one first. So, nice little thin layer of glue is all you need. And you want it behind the stitches once again. We talked about this before. You want to put your glue behind the stitches because, number one, you don't want your needle going through the glue too much because it gums up the needle, it gums up the thread. But also because you don't want to have to clean glue back off of your job afterwards. And if you have glue in front of the thread, then you have glue to clean off. So it just makes for more work, which takes more time, which means that you have less time to do other things. All right, we're gonna bend this back over here and put a little weight on it. That's good, that'll be fine. All right, and then we have this edge, so we come right over to the edge right here. We're not going to rough this up or anything. This is really, we only need the glue on here long enough for it to hold for the stitches, because ultimately this little thin layer of glue isn't going to hold anything. So we're going to do this straight down, and there we go. Easy, easy. All right, we'll come back to you in a few minutes and put that together. All right, so our glue is dried. We're going to come back here and we're going to go ahead and do a stick and stitch. So I want to line up our outside seam, not with the extra piece of leather there. And make sure that we line up our outside seam with our actual seam line. Make sure that's right at the top. So what I'm doing here, if you can see, I'm making sure that the outside edge of the stitch line right there lines up right with my pen line. And that is very nice. It's going to go right underneath here, and we're going to go stitch this in. Cool. Come on over here. Let's adjust our stitch length just a little bit. That did really nice. You can see that stitched in beautifully. You see the stitches go almost exactly down the little black line right there. That's where they're supposed to. Comes out nice on the outside. Cool. All right, so let's go back and go ahead and glue this down. All right, so we will quickly go ahead and tie this off. Remember, always want to cauterize the threads, keeps them from unraveling, and we want to melt the threads, we don't want to burn them. All right, let's look at how this is going to line up. Right there. So we're going to want this to come in right here. Right there. Okay. Very good. All right, so now we're just going to glue this line right here, this line right here, and then after that dries, we'll put them both together. Once again, you want to put your glue behind your stitch line. This one is going to go right on top of my stitch line because the stitch line is going to be a little bit back. Alright, that's that. Be back in just a minute. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stitch the lining portion in on the one side here, and then we're going to fold it over and stitch the whole thing together. I really do like that we're going to be able to use actual suede for this instead of the faux suede that was in here before. So, nice little stitch right here, right down the edge. Here, we'll tie this off real quick, lay this down, and get it stitched. You always want to tie to the inside because you don't want the knot touching the person's skin if you don't have to. Okay. Alright, now I'll lay this right on the edge here so it's just kind of tucked in. Come back and start at the top once again. And make sure that our seam line is the one that lines up, not the edge here. There we go. Very nice. Nice and flat. Alright, let me do a quick little glue for the lining while I go change the thread. That'll dry. And we'll get it all stitched up. We'll be done. Sorry, you can't see that one. But I can show you the results. Good to use tools. Let your tools do the work. There we go. You can see that we have a nice pretty lining going through there. Go down this one edge here. Our outside looks good. Alright, top of the zipper. Glued down. All right, let's let that dry for a minute, and I'm going to go change the stitch. So come on over here where you can watch me change the stitch, and then we're going to get this done. All right, so all we're going to do on this one is we're going to change the top stitch because that's all that actually is going to show. We want the bottom bobbin to actually be the same color now that we're done top thread and a bobbin, or in a lining piece. 2 different colors. My needle's got a lot of glue on it. Alright, needle is set. I'm going to grab the piece and it'll get stitched. Sorry, I'm usually faster than that. Alright. Everything's lined up. Looks good. So now we're going to go from the bottom seam here, we're going to go ahead and stitch around the zipper. I'm going to stitch straight up, and then I'm going to come all the way across. Beautiful. All right. No, it slipped off the lining. Shoot. Yep. Hold on a second. Take that out. It's going to take just a second. Gotta back that stitch up all the way. See, the lining piece slipped right out. But see, this is the great part about my videos. I show mistakes. Try not to, but yeah. And how to fix them when it happens. All Alright, so we are going to go ahead and tie this off right here at the edge and underneath here, so that way it'll end up underneath the lining. Back up, and we're going to come back at it the other way this time, so we don't have it doing it multiple times. You don't want that. And there we go. So that's how we make a gusset. Okay, it's not exactly the right color, but like we said, the customer picked it out and she was happy with that match. We could have matched it a little bit better if we had a lot more time, but you know, never know. So I hope she likes that. It looks really good. I think it looks nice. So we'll tie off the stitches and everything, and the next video we will see you when the young lady comes back in to try it on. Thank you. Okay, so we finished our product. We have all of our job done, and we just wanted to show you what the actual end product was before she comes in and tries it on. So you can see everything turned out very nice. See on the inside, lining looks good. Everything turned out pretty. So that's how we're gonna do. That's how we do gussets, and this is adding leather material to our product. We have gussets where we add elastic to it, and we also do take-ins. But this is one of our gusset videos. I hope they turn out really nice when she comes in and try them on. You're going to find out with us. All right, thank you very much. See you in a minute.
Yes.
So, we are trying on the boots. They did beautiful. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Awesome, awesome.
I like the different color texture that she
You like that?
did.
I think it turned out nice. I was happy with it. Those did great.
Yes.
Look at that. Fit nice. Exactly where it's supposed to.
Yes, it
All right, cool.
does. I feel like, look, not that I didn't get a new pair of boots, but I feel like I got a new pair of boots.
Yay! So we also did 2 other pairs from Miss Raven. Would you like to try these on as well?
I would.
That would be really cool. We have crowded shop as always. I do still have my chair over here if you need to sit down to do this.
I might need to for the next pair because they're really pointed heels.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And those turned out beautiful as well. Excellent.
I love how you made it look like a feature instead of a fix.
Well, we want to make it look like it's supposed to be there as much as possible. You know, it is an additional piece of material, patch material, but we want it to look good. That looks beautiful. That did nice. I am happy with that, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we got one more pair. Let's see how these did. Because these are gorgeous. Not that those aren't.
Yes.
I want to see these because these turned out just beautiful.
Yes.
And so we did gussets in here, like that, 2-piece gussets. So all of these were the 2-piece gussets, or these two were the 2-piece gussets. The other one was a single-piece gusset.
Okay. I have some silver metallic.
Oh, fun!
So.
Yeah, we were looking at the chrome crinkle shark boots that are out now that are interesting, definitely.
Just so I don't end up in pain later.
Hmm.
Oh, yes.
And the cute toes.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's turn around and see that. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
Sorry for
I'm
the
very
feedback.
happy with those.
I
I
am
hope you
too.
are. All right.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes. Yes, yes. I've been wanting to wear these for 2 years.
All right.
And the zipper is much easier to unzip. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, yes. You need to see the other one?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. What's up?
Good. I just wondering how much to put those soles
To do new soles on those, let's have a look. Sure. So we have to do the 1752s on those, and we have to do a new slip sole. To do full soles on those, you're looking at about 125. The soles we have are pretty close. We've got it already. Okay. We're running about 2 weeks right now. We're going to schedule for the 7th. That's okay. Awesome. Can you just finish this real quick, and then we'll be right there. That turned out beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm so pleased.
I am so happy that you're pleased.
Those look good.
Okay.
Sexy as heck.
Okay, everybody, so that was our lesson in leather. I hope you enjoyed our gusset video. We'll be back for another one. Thank you.